Hi, it's Mr. Mo on Mr. Mo Cyber Talks. Today, the topic is SASE and SSE. If you are new to these acronyms, SASE stands for Secure Access Service Edge, and SSE stands for Secure Service Edge. Most of the people think they are the same. It is not, and hence that's why I'm starting this series with the definitions and what difference are there. My plan with this series of SASE and SSE is to point out what capabilities exist in SASE and SSE and how it will help an organization to pick them up. Another reason is there are quite a bit of vendors who claim they have the best SASE or the SSE solution, but people might get a bit lost when they see this marketing material. And one of the objectives is to help you to choose the right product for the business. With that in mind, let's start with some definitions. So Gardner, a few years back, brought up this SASE, Secure Access Service Edge, which primarily has two components, which is the firewall as a service and a network as a service. So this could be any vendor who offer them as a service. When I first read the definitions, I thought, oh, this is a firewall in the cloud or some hosted firewall solution, which is right up to some extent. Now let's dig in deeper what are these components are. So under the firewall as a service, it includes all the security features such as secure web gateway, zero trust network access, cloud access security broker, and DLP. And on the network as a service side, you have all these cool things such as SD-WAN, CDN, which is the content delivery networking, which is used to optimize file transfers, and WAN optimization, which is to optimize network transfer feeds between organizations or branches. So they are the two different areas in SASE. And then after some time, more people were concentrated about the edge security, especially with the COVID, people working from remote, they wanted secure connectivity from where their workers are, similar to a enterprise which has a data center or so on. So that's when this SSE came in. So SSE is everything except for the network as a service. So all the security features are considered in the SSE. Nowadays, there are SD-WAN providers who offer SSE as well, but there are dedicated SSE providers. First of all, it would be good to understand the key differences between the two and then move on. I hope you got a decent understanding of these definitions right now. I will have separate videos on each of these features, but I will not include what is SD-WAN and all those stuff because there are heaps of videos on YouTube and all the other um, platforms available. But I will touch base on some of the key stuff under SSE, and I will have some access to demo platforms, and I will demo how these features work. With that in mind, let's have a look an architecture or how an SSE solution looks like. As I mentioned, it's cloud delivered. It could live in a public cloud or a private cloud. It doesn't really matter. Where all the users will be connecting to that. These connections could be an SSL VPN or an IPsec VPN or through an app which is on your laptop, desktop, iPad, tablet, right? Now this is a generic form of SSE architecture, but in the cloud, these are the services they would offer. Once again, I would like to let you know that I will have individual short videos of each of these features and some demos from a platform I have access to. Please bear in mind, I have no bias to any vendor, but I will help you to decide on multiple vendors when needed. Now, when users connect to a SaaS platform, yes, there it would be like a firewall where it would have some policies built in, and it is really a firewall, as I said before. And a couple of things it will do: it will authenticate your users, it will apply the necessary policies, and then it will allow access to you or deny access. So your users are guaranteed secure connectivity to internet destinations, software applications as a service like ServiceNow, all these SaaS-based products. In addition, it will also provide remote access VPN to your application hosted in data centers. These data centers could be on-prem data centers, co-located, or in any public cloud. And the connectivity between your data center and the cloud platform it could be an IPsec tunnel. So your users, when it comes here, will authenticate, and for authentication, it will use features like SAML. I will have a separate topic on SAML. It's protocol. So once the users are authenticated, they will be allowed access to whatever as per the policies available. So the beauty of this is irrespective of the location of your users, they are protected by a centralized set of policies, which is easier to manage, easier to control, and easier for reporting. Also, with the device posturing feature, where it will check whether the connecting laptop or desktop has the necessary virus guards, the patches, all the tools are in, so which will again reduce the risk of unauthorized device access. Also, it will also show you this user experience, because now your users might be connecting from wherever they are, and they might be complaining, hey, I can't have that application is slow and this is slow. So now the troubleshooting of your level 1 admins would be a harder job, but the user experience features built into these SSE products will help you to find out, okay, what's your endpoint is doing, what's the strength of the wireless signal, what's the speed of your internet connection. So like that, they can narrow it down and pinpoint where the problem is. It could be low wireless signal causing the application, so you don't need to worry about looking at the application. So that's in a very high level what the SSE is. I hope you get a decent understanding of this SSE architecture. I have generalized it as much as possible, and I will have separate videos on these topics later on, as well as a demo, which will so you will be able to understand in detail. So with that in mind, let's go to this question: how do I select a SASE or SSE? Answer is pretty straightforward. First, you need to find out the business priorities or the organization's priorities. Nowadays, everything is related to the business. It's not technology driven. Because the business are the ones who need to utilize the services, and they are the sponsors of any technology. Therefore, we need to see the priorities. And if your priorities are to a full-blown network and security solution, that's when you have the SASE. Why? The SASE, or Security Access Service Edge, will have network as a service and a firewall as a service. So you need both. But if the organization is pretty good, in a good shape in terms of their WAN, they already have deployed SD-WAN and network optimizers and whatnot, and after security features which I mentioned, like CASB, zero trust network access, and so on, then you need to dig into SSE. So that's the first separation. And then once you narrow it down, you can check the vendors who offer these services. The marketing of these vendors could be really confusing, and they would all complain we are the best in the market. But read the fine print, and I will have some videos in detail to point out. I think I will have access to a couple of platforms, so I can say which one is doing what, and I'm going to demo that for you down the line. So that concludes my first video. I would like to keep these videos short so you won't get distracted, and I will talk to the point. And if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I will have more videos coming through. And if you need to talk or want me to talk about any new topics, please post a comment. Thank you very much.